Welcome back to Blitz. We're off to a great start here at Dawson County. Joining me now in front of the camera is senior forward Cole Edwards and Taylor Bennett, a junior midfielder, excuse me. Guys, thank you so much for stepping in front of the camera today.
Thank you for having us.
Now, Taylor, I'll start with you. The girls' team undefeated so far, so that's pretty awesome. 7-0, a pair of ties for you, ranked in the top 5 in the state, so it's got to be pretty exciting for you. I know last year, a great season for both programs, I think identical records even. But talk about, last year you got to play at home in the first round of state, fell unfortunately to Woodward Academy. I believe it was 1-0 game. How much has that kind of fueled the passion for this team this year?
I feel like we just expect more from ourselves. We knew we should have gone farther in state, and honestly, we should have. We worked all season really hard just to get to state, and I think coming out this year, we were just determined. We're going to go farther this year. We want to make another Elite Eight appearance like we did a few years back. The seniors that came up, there's only 2 of them. One of them's a starter, and she's working for it. We're all motivating the younger girls. Like Coach Lacey said, we have a lot of sophomores and a lot of freshmen, and they're really stepping up, and I'm really proud of the girls, honestly.
All right, so Cole, let's talk about the guys for just a moment. A testament to how tough this region is. I know this year 4 of the top 10 teams in the state come from Region 7 AAA on the boys' side. On the girls' side, 3 of the top 10. So definitely the toughest region in the state. But for you guys last year, just losing 2 region games dropped you into a tough first-round draw against St. Pius, who went on to win the state championship. How much does that play into the start that you guys have had this year? You guys have also had an incredible season so far.
Well, we went to state, and it was like the worst thing could possibly happen. Get St. Pius first round of state. We lost 2 games into PKs to achieve that, and it was just like if we could have just beat North Hall, then we would have been in first place in our region, and we wouldn't have had to play St. Pius till last game of state. But no, we lost in PKs both times, and that was rough. And we should have been able to win those because I feel like we had some of the best players in the state. And the PK, it's a given goal. But this year, no, we passed well and we're playing well. We're making sure that we don't have to go to PKs, even though we have one of the greatest goalies in the state, and we can make sure that he's stopped PKs before in the past, and he'll be there for us when we need him, but we're going to try to make sure that he
try to
doesn't
avoid
have to.
it. Yep. All right, so Jekyll Island, very awesome opportunity for both the boys and girls teams to get an opportunity to go there. And you guys just flat out dominated. The boys went 3-0, girls went 3-0, didn't even allow a goal. Talk about that experience and what that's like, and what kind of, what does that do for your team when you get to go on a trip like that?
Yeah, we went down there. It was a business trip for us, but we get to have a lot of fun as well. We played Mount Pisgah in the very first game of the tournament. Ended up beating them 3-1. Our next game was versus Kale, and they're supposed to be the hardest team, a 5A school. But we ended up beating them 7-1, and we got the win. And after that was Creekview, and that was rough, Both of the goals, it was a 4-2, but both of our goals were given up on PKs that shouldn't have even been PKs. It was a very biased game, but we came away with the win, and I think that it's going to help us be stronger in the long run.
And so what about from the girls' perspective? Kind of talk about that trip and what that did for the girls' team.
All right. I think all of us girls were kind of like sisters, so of course going on a trip is fun. Most of the time we spent time together in each other's rooms. We had dance parties and stuff, but it wasn't just about the fun for us. Jekyll was a trip where we discovered ourselves as a team and what we wanted to do and who we were going to be this season. Going into Jekyll, we have had a dominating season. As far as playing to the level we should have been, we weren't performing like we should have. And I think coming out of Jekyll, we found the missing pieces. We put the puzzle together, and I think we're ready to go, which is great.
I believe you when you say that, but it's still hard to wrap your head around when you don't allow a single goal and you play as great as you did. That's kind of scary for opposing teams if you're not 100% where you want to be right now. Talk about kind of going into that, just the dominating efforts on both sides for boys and girls. It can create a lot of pressure from the outside, from the expectations and the goals and ambitions you set for yourselves and kind of setting the bar so high. How do you deal with that, the rankings, the records? Do you try to kind of not focus on that and just take it one game at a time?
I feel like we are a one game at a time team. We're not thinking about what's next week. We're not thinking about what's tomorrow. We think about that game and what we're going to have to do to win and to walk off the field as victors. So I feel like looking at it at a one game perspective helps motivate us just to focus more and play to our level that we should be. That helps a lot.
Cole, is that about the same for the guys?
Yeah, kind of, but we have a lot of self-expectations that we hold true. And Coach will let you know that anytime that we don't, even if we win and, we destroy the team, if we don't play our best, we got the win, but it's not what we were looking for.
Let me ask you this. For the guys, 7 years in a row making it to state. So talk about, first of all, what would that mean for you to be able to make it all 4 years? A lot of people don't get that opportunity. And so you got a chance to do that. And that would be 2 straight classes that run through, 8 straight trips. That's amazing. But then also lately it's been kind of a difficult track trying to get over that first round. What would that mean for you guys to not just get back there, but make it past that first round?
Well, for us, that's what we're looking for. We're not looking just to go to, the first round of state this year. That's not at all what we want. We want the, state championship. We want to be the champions. And for us, that means, honestly, it just means looking at everybody else that said we couldn't do it and doesn't care about the program and just showing them that we can.
I have a lot of confidence that you guys are going to definitely do that this year. Now, Taylor, for you, girls have made it 5 of the last 6 years. You mentioned earlier that Elite 8 run just a couple of years ago, and just so much success in this program. And I know I've said that a lot, but it can't be understated. How do you feed off each other, the boys and the girls teams? I understand that it's one of the only schools in the state, or very few in the state, that both teams excel at the level that you guys have. How much do you feed off each other and support each other?
I feel like a lot of it is how we feed off of each other. Like you said, we have a lot of expectations for each other as teams. I know that the guys will stay and watch the girls' game, and they'll be the loudest ones in the stands, louder than most of the parents. And the girls, we stay and support them too. And we are a family. And it also helps to have a coach that pressures both teams to do as well as they can. He doesn't underestimate us. He's like, look, you can do this. You need to push hard, and you can achieve anything you want. And I think that helps a lot just for a coach to have that much confidence in both teams, not just one.
Yeah. Cole, for you, this is your last year, so it's kind of bittersweet. But the good thing is you're having a great season in the home stretch now. Talk about what's next for Cole Edwards after Dawson County.
Well, so far what we're looking at is going to Georgia Southern University, and coach is working on giving me a scholarship there, trying to play soccer, get it paid for. And after that, I guess it's wherever it takes me. But I guess soccer's all that I think about right now. That's all I really got plans for.
That's good. Well, Taylor, for you, you're a junior, but I understand that you already have sights for the future as well. Would you like to share those?
Sure. I'm looking to go for pre-med, and me and Coach have been talking recently about just some schools that, it's all up in the air right now. I don't really have any certain names out. I'm just looking to go somewhere. I have academic standards for a school, but I also would love to go and play soccer. Of course, if it pays for the school, of course, that's a good addition to it. So, soccer's been my life, and it might as well just be some of it in college. So.
Well, Taylor and Cole, thank you both so much for being willing to step in front of the camera and miss a little bit of class. I really appreciate it. Looking forward to seeing you get back in state and really cheering you guys on this year.
Thank you.
All right, when we come back, we're going to have one more interview for you, then back in the studio with our Players of the Week.
Many mighty ships are sinking. Many stars are falling down. And I counted